Hello, hello. Welcome to Sophisticated Press. My name is Renetta Gunn Stevens, and I want to talk to you today about the famous drum roll, the freedom of walking away. That's right. There is a freedom of walking away. I'm trying to get this glare out my glasses, but that glare has a purpose, and you're gonna hear the purpose in one moment. So the freedom to walk away, let me just try to move this over a little bit. That's a little bit better. So the freedom to walk away is about taking that step to entrepreneurship. Is such a big step, right? It's scary because you are walking out on faith. And if you're not a believer, you're just walking out believing in yourself and your skills and your ability to start your own. And when we enter into corporate world, it's really based on having other people validate us and tell us what we're worth, how much we deserve for a raise every year, if we qualify to do this stretch project. And sometimes that truly is based on if they like you, if you're going to go along with all of their plans and not really add creativity, even though they say that's what they want you, the kind of criteria for the person, that the ideal candidate is to have creativity and innovation. There's just a lot that goes along with the corporate setting. And I'm not saying that it's all negative, but sometimes you find yourself kind of like in a web because all of your managers are young. So unless they die, you're not going to move up. Unless they get a promotion and decide that they no longer want their job, you're stuck, right? And you can be at this great business, but if all of the key positions are kind of locked in and loaded by great people who's doing awesome jobs and who are not going to get fired anytime soon, you kind of have to wait your turn. And, you know, even if you provide innovative ideas or creativity, you may get invited to the boardroom, but your position is not going to change. And so you have an opportunity or a decision to make and say, hey, do I want to stay or do I want to try it on my own? That was the decision that I had to make. I knew that I was smart. I knew that I was very tech savvy. I knew that I was a go-getter. Every project that I was on, I was an overachiever. I received nothing but compliments and compliments and compliments. And so I got tired of people telling me that I didn't qualify. And I'm like, no, I'm qualified. First of all, God has already qualified me. And now I have these people telling me that I don't qualify, even though I'm so good. And so I decided to step out on faith, and I decided to begin a journey of entrepreneurship. Now, let me tell you, when you begin a journey of entrepreneurship, it's not going to be easy. It's not. It's just not going to be easy. But if you go in knowing that, you won't be surprised. Like, what? I thought this was going to be easy. If you know in the know, because I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it, then you won't be surprised when you have one hot month and you have 1 month that's just crickets, right? So I would advise for you, if you're going to go into being an entrepreneurship, first and foremost, to make sure you have savings, at least 6 months worth of savings for your household. So you won't be hard up for cash, right? Because consistent bills need consistent money. Now, I'm also an advocate, if you can work a 9 to 5, and then when you get off work, do a 5 to 12 on your own. Do that until you can't do it any longer, right? But if you know your bills and your car note and your insurance is due every month and your kids need to get fed every month, and if you don't have anything saved up, you may not want to just quit your job, because consistent bills need consistent income. And a job is benefits sometime in being at a job, because why? You can learn how they're successful in their marketing, and you can learn how they operate as a big organization and use those same marketing strategies. You can learn how they effectively communicate to their customers and take note of that and incorporate that in your company. So you can actually use the company that you're working for as a mentor, right? And see what they're doing right and incorporate it. And anything they're doing wrong, then that's when your innovation come and you can add it to your own company. Now, here's the thing. Working for yourself sometimes is really tricky because really our whole life we've been trained how to work for somebody else. And if they give us a quota or a goal, we 50 calls in an hour. We typing up memos and everything. But when you get over to entrepreneurship for yourself, there's a level of self-discipline that is needed because now you don't have anyone that you have to report to. You got to report to yourself. That's it. You your own boss. And so if you don't feel like getting up in the morning with entrepreneurship, you don't have to. But if you don't make no sales for the day, don't blame entrepreneurship. Don't blame business, starting a business. Don't say starting a business is not what all it seems to be. I mean, you get in what you put in. Same way with computers, garbage in, garbage out. If you don't put in the work, don't expect the harvest. Don't expect the wealth, right? And wealth can be wealth of knowledge, wealth of customers, wealth of converting emails into sales. If you don't put in the work, then don't expect the return of investment. Or if you don't put in the work, you can expect what you put in, right? So I think I made my point. Just going on. But that's really important because that was the hardest lesson for me. One of them was, man, when I was working for somebody else, I was the top customer service rep. I was the top sales rep. I was the top team lead. And now that I'm over to by myself, it's like, so you know what I had to do? I had to get up and still put on clothes like I was going to work. I had to get up out the bed, even though I could work from my bed. I had to get up and put on clothes because when you put on clothes and when you dress for the occasion, your mannerism change, your terminology change. Why? Because it's just something about, for me, how I dress, it makes me move a certain way, right? So the benefits of me leaving is this, the freedom. Oh my goodness, the freedom. The freedom of I can drop my kid off at school in the morning. I can drop my daughter off at work. You know, I don't have to just be pressed for anything. I can help my husband run his trucking company, y'all. If I was at work, I would not be able to help him run his trucking company, which brings in more in one day than I make in a week. Shout out to truck drivers. Listen, if you're a truck driver, I ain't even plugging a publishing company right now. Shout out to truck drivers, right? If you're a truck driver, get your own authority. Get your own authority. Make that money. There's a lot of money in trucking. Like, for real. We need to really give that a little bit more attention, for real. For real. I'm going to need the black leaders to really start focusing on sending some of our brothers to the trucking company because they making that money. But let me just show you one of the biggest things that there's like so many benefits of leaving. But once I left, I was in this small cubicle and I could not breathe, right? Like you can literally smell what the next person just had for lunch, and you know their call is loud and your call, and the cubicle so small you can barely turn around to leave for lunch once they told you had to go to lunch. And when you had to use the bathroom, you had 3 minutes of discretion time. But now, let me just show you what I get to look at every day. Every day. So let me show you. This is my window. Do you see how beautiful that is? How peaceful that is? I don't have to have anyone tell me what to do. I don't have to have anyone, you know, breathing down my neck. Like, if I wouldn't have left, I don't know, you all, I would still be in that small cubicle like this. Can't breathe. Stuffy. Have to be in the temperature that they wanted the temperature in. It's okay to take the leap of faith. You can do it. I believe in you. Just want to just share something with you that if I wouldn't have left, think about it.